Hey everyone, my name is Rob. For those of you that don't know me, let me introduce myself. I'm a former military guy turned entrepreneur and attorney. And by that I mean that I was in the United States Marine Corps. I was a major, and I'm a practicing attorney, and I'm a digital entrepreneur. Tonight we're going to be talking about the ultimate guide to self-sabotage and misery. I have a video for you that I'm going to comment on that kind of captures this subject in a way that I couldn't capture it myself unless I spent a long time thinking about it. But he does it fine, and his name is Mark Manson, and he's an author. And when we get to that point in the video, I'll show you, well, I'll point out what books that he has written. But he seems to be a pretty funny guy and pretty gives off a good vibe. And I think you're going to enjoy this video and the comments that I make on it. And while I'm making these comments, see if you agree and see if you agree with whether or not these steps, he lists 9 steps, whether these 9 steps are the ultimate guide to self-sabotage and misery. Or can you think of more ways that a person could self-sabotage and become even more miserable? Well, if you want to ruin your life and make yourself miserable, you're in the right place. But even if you don't want to ruin your life, and I hope you don't, um, we're going to talk about ways that you can make your life better and not self-sabotage and make and bring joy and happiness into your life and to have a vision to get what you want out of life because life is too short to settle for anything less. And if you look at the calendar, today is the last day in January 2024. We just started this year and already 31 days have gone by. That goes by quick. And if you want to get more out of 2024, be sure to subscribe to this channel. You want, think about it, do you want to alienate your friends and family and lose everything that you care about? Of course you don't. You want more in your life. You want better things in your life. You want to bring about your vision for life and your hopes and your dreams. But if you don't, then this guide is for you. But I'm going to, well, we'll see some funny strategies and techniques that people use to self-sabotage and cause misery. You'll also discover, I hope, how to increase your confidence so you don't sabotage yourself, so you don't sabotage your relationships, ruin your health, waste your time, and destroy your dreams. So by the end of this video, I hope you're going to be able to get a good sense of what you can do in life to be a better person, to get where you want in life, to get more out of your job, to get more out of your career, to get more out of your everyday situations. And let's take a look at this video. And I think, again, you're going to like it because it's kind of interesting. Let's see.
Say that you want to be happy. You say that you want to have a great life. You say that you want to have a loving family and a meaningful career and the sex life of a second-century Roman emperor. Yet,
It's funny. He mentions the sex life of a Roman emperor, second century Roman emperor. And with artificial intelligence right now, all of us have more power and more information at our fingertips than a second century Roman emperor. So that's good news for us.
your actions tell me a different story. See, words lie, but behaviors always tell the truth. And right now, your behaviors are telling me that you kind of want to be a miserable sack of shit. So here, let me help you with that.
So let's see these books, if I can get it
Sex
back to
life of
where
a
it was.
second-century Roman emperor. Yet your actions tell me a different story. See, words lie, but behaviors always tell the truth. And right now,
So he's written a number of books, and these are the books down here on the bottom that he's written. Let me see here. Right here, right here, right here. I don't know. I actually haven't read any of these books. I am writing a book itself right now. It's called Breaking Through the Fourth Wall. Right now, it's called Breaking Through the Fourth Wall, and it's about breaking through those mental barriers that are constructed in our minds so we can reach where we want to in life. Sometimes we're held back by our own mind. Sometimes we're held back because of the way society, the constraints society puts on us. But that's why I like the vibe of Mark Manson, because he is able to kind of get over those hurdles, especially talking about, doesn't really seem to care about the constraints that society puts on us all. So I like that a lot. Let's see if we can get going here. Okay.
Now, your behaviors are telling me that you kind of want to be a miserable sack of shit. So here, let me help you with that. Here are 9 steps that anybody can apply to become completely and utterly miserable.
So let's take a look at these steps that he's talking about. And if I can, I'll just close this up a little bit so you can see what he's talking about. So the first one, I want you to see if you can imagine what these steps are, what you would fill in the blank. So the first one here is always blank someone else for your problems. What would you put there? I would say there's probably a miserable person would always blame somebody else for their problems. Number 2, blank constantly. What could you do to mess up life to make it more difficult, miserable? I would say something like complain constantly. Number 3, Mark says that this is the third step in the 9-step process of being completely miserable. Number 3 is blank anything remotely uncomfortable or challenging. I'm going to go with avoid anything remotely uncomfortable or challenging. Number 4 is wait. I mean, I think in most situations, people wait for opportunities to come to them. So I'm going to say wait for opportunities to come to you instead of going out and getting those opportunities and grabbing them and bringing them into your life. Number 5, get blank when that person doesn't fix your life problems. Angry, irritated? What do you think? Number 6, become obsessed with. I'm not sure what he means by this, but we'll find out. Number 7, validate all your blank on social media, your complaints. So I talk about this a lot on my channel, and that is we usually confirm our own beliefs by seeking out what we believe on social media, on YouTube. And if you're seeking out ways to improve your life, congratulations, because you're in the right place, number 1. And number 2, you probably have a proper attitude in life. Number 8 is blank yourself. I don't know. I don't know. F yourself. I don't know. Believe that change is, I think if you were miserable, you'd probably think that change is impossible. So we'll see. We'll go over these. He goes over these. Mark goes over these in a pretty entertaining way. So let's see what he has to say. The, let's finish this part of the video anyway.
In their life. And don't worry, you're already doing a couple of them. Step 1, always blame something or someone else for your problems. That's right, from now on, anything that goes wrong, and I mean anything, is someone else's problem. There is nothing you can do, you are the victim, the world is a cruel and unjust place, boo fucking who. Now, that's the easy part. The hard part is figuring out who we're gonna blame. If you're just getting started with misery, I recommend looking at other miserable people and seeing who they blame for their problems. Popular choices include the government, society at large, big corporations, your parents, that group of evil people that you really don't like. Me? I just blame everything on my dad. You don't get to tell me what to do! Step number.
So what do you think about that? Is blame a way to kind of put the responsibility on somebody else? If you want to get ahead in life, as I've spoken about before on my channel, I'm a former United States Marine. And one of the stories I can tell you that in the Marine Corps, the drill instructors, when you're going through basic training and officer training school in anywhere in the Marine Corps, Marines